Hey guys, I'm back for another video and welcome to Hypixel SkyBlock, and today I'm back for another tutorial. Today we're going to talk about 27 life hacks for Hypixel SkyBlock progression, and this could be from anywhere from the Crimson Isles to the Dwarven Mines to your private island. Hello. Oh, and real quick before we get started, if you are going to buy anything in the Hypixel Store, including cookies, you should use code 30Virus in the supported creator box. It helps me out a lot. It doesn't cost anything to you. Well, anyways, let's get on with the tutorial. The Crimson Isles introduced a new talisman into the game called the Blaze Talisman, which is crafted with 8 millennia-old blaze ashes, as well as 8 enchanted blaze rods. So you get millennia-old blaze ashes from killing these blazes with 30 million health. They are quite annoying to kill, not just because of how strong they are as an enemy, but also because of just how many freaking blazes are in this room. So if you want to make grinding for the talisman easier, what you can actually do is just drag all the blazes that are not millennia old just out of the way. So if I take every single blaze, drag it down here, out of the way, away from their normal spawning spot without killing them, they'll not respawn. You'll just have this room all to yourself and the millennia old blazes as they respawn. You can do the same thing with the ones that spawn down below. There are a lot of blazes down there though, but yeah, and there you go. Now the room has nothing but the millennia old blaze, so I can kill this and then wait for him to respawn, and I don't have to deal with any of the other blazes shooting at me. So this should make the grind a little bit faster. And of course, like I said, you could do it with the ones that are down below. I'm actually running out of mana here. That actually brings me to my next suggestion. If you're struggling to regen mana, what you could do is just take off your armor. And I have the sighted power on my talismans right now, so I have a ton of mana even without armor. But boom, there, I can place my power orb down, put my armor back on, and that will make waiting for the regen a lot faster. It basically just cut the time in half to get my mana back, because the power orb, the plasma flux at least, gives you 125% base mana regen, which is really nice. So there you go. Yeah, just take off your armor, put down the orb. It'll give you a lot more mana long term, still regenerating quite fast, and it should speed up the process of grinding for the millennia old blaze ashes. This trick also works if you want to mine Opal. So what you could do then, take all the blazes, and this would take quite a while because there's a ton of blazes down here, but you could theoretically clear out this entire area, just push them all into the next place, and then you can mine Opal in peace without getting shot at constantly. I'm not going to demonstrate it again because the concept is fairly simple. This one's pretty interesting. So if you're killing mobs and suddenly you get a Vanquisher spawn, don't kill it right away. Actually announce that you've gotten a Vanquisher in the chat and tell people the coordinates, because what you could do then is, of course, you could just damage it a little bit, get a million damage, whatever, and then let it sit. Other players in the lobby will kill it for you, which if you're a weak player, it can help a lot. But even if you're a strong player and can handle it yourself, you're giving the other players an opportunity to loot share nether stars. It doesn't cost you anything. They get extra nether stars out of it. And in turn, the more people that do this, the more chances you have of loot sharing someone else's Vanquisher, which means that you get free nether stars. So not only should you announce in chat when you get a Vanquisher, but look out for those messages in chat. I personally, before even finding out about this being a thing, have had people announce Vanquisher locations, and I've loot shared a few nether stars. It is very useful. So yeah, make sure to just work together. Be the opposite of toxic. Just be cool and help each other out in SkyBlock. Speaking of helping each other out, if you want Jawbus drops, which by the way, Jawbus, if you don't know, is a sea creature boss that you get from fishing in the nether, lava fishing. If someone happens to get a Jawbus, what you could do is loot share, get a million damage on the boss, and then what you could do is actually switch to your hunter armor chestplate if you're into trophy fishing. Any tier, including bronze, has the peace treaty full set bonus, which makes it so you are immune to sea creature damage. So you can just be sitting right next to Jawbus as everyone else is fighting him and take 0 damage. So if you're pretty weak and you know you can't handle the fight and don't want to die, there you go. Just get the million damage, throw on your hunter armor. Crimson Isles introduced a system called Factions Reputation, and it's fairly well known that you can get faction reputation every day by doing the daily quests. Fishing rescue, it's also bugged at the moment, showing multiple different, the same thing, even though if you actually read it, it is different. It's weird. But anyways, there are some lesser known ways to get more factions reputation, and some of them could be done every day. So, for example, I'm a barbarian person. This guy over here, you can talk to him a total of 7 times and fight him. He'll get progressively stronger. Well, not that strong, I guess. This is the 3rd day of my quest, 25 barbarian reputation. You can do this quest 7 times. If you're a mage, there's another guy. I believe his name is Alchmage. I'm not sure what his quest is on the mage side, but it's an equivalent to this one. You can do it 7 days. Yeah. And also another thing too is you can, I don't know if you knew this, but you can fight mini bosses. You can fight Kudra, and it will give you a bit of factions reputation. And that's pretty neat. There's also 2 NPCs that you can interact with if I could find them. It's the Karen and her child. Hello, my kid has been crying for hours. We just came back from our walk. Anyways, this is Sus and Turd. You can give Sus a toy once every 48 hours. This quest, you'll have to kill a specific mob. For example, in this case, it's Magma Cube Riders. So let's go do that real quick. These are fairly easy to kill, especially if I switch to my mage set. Whatever. 10% chance to drop a toy. There we go. And I got a toy. So I can go here. You found his toy. There you go. There you go. My little turd has such a lovely voice. And I earned 40 barbarian reputation. You can do this once every 48 hours. Okay, I can't find him at the moment, but there's also an NPC called Sire that you can give a sulfur once every 48 hours. I can't find them for the life of me. I should also point out that all of this is on the Hypixel SkyBlock wiki, so I would suggest looking there if you're really desperate to get this stuff. I spent like 5 minutes looking for it, and Fezzy just cut all of it probably, so sorry. So that's another quest you could do. That being said, with the mages, you can also give a guy named Pablo a flower that he requests once every 48 hours. You could give Avorius a cup of blood once every 72 hours. Splash Mollium with a Titanic XP bottle, which is only 1 time, and you get 10 reps, so I wouldn't even recommend it, honestly. And defeating Chickenzilla, which is like a whole quest line if you're a mage. I don't know any of that stuff, so again, for more info, I'd suggest looking at the wiki. Here's another interesting fact that you should probably keep in mind. If you craft any red sand or mycelium minions, then you switch factions, you actually will lose the ability to use the minions. They will yell Tradar at you and they won't work anymore. So if you're planning on running those minions for whatever reason, make sure you're in the right faction. Don't waste your time and money. I'll put a screenshot up right now. It's kind of funny, actually, just showing all your minions yelling Traitor. But yeah, one of the bosses that you can fight for example, for reputation and also for drops is called Barbarian Duke 10. Now, you can cheese this fight relatively easily by just doing what I'm doing right now. I'm using my mage set. I'm right-click maging from underneath the platform, doing damage to him, and he died. So there you go. You can cheese the fight by just right-click maging from underneath the platform. And I just got a leather cloth from that, which is quite neat. Oh, he's bugged. Look at that. But yeah, it also works. Sometimes he'll drop off the platform and stand like right here. So in that case, you can also, again, just be underneath the thing, stand here, right-click mage through the wall. Don't bother fighting him directly. Just stay underneath. And also the power orb trick works quite well in this scenario if you just need to right-click on the same mob a million times. So yeah, he also respawns pretty often, so you can farm these drops. And it's pretty good, actually. I might recommend, honestly. You get magma urchins, I believe. Not bad, not bad. Oh, and this goes without saying, but obviously have your talisman power set to, I don't know, sided or bizarre, so you get more mana, obviously. If you're struggling to do Blaze Slayer and it's just really slow, meticulous, you die a lot, I have the strategy for you. So I'm in the castle right now, towards the top, and there's this little room here where you can kill blazes with right-click mage. I'm using my mage set, 3/4 Storm with Wither Goggles, Hyperion, well actually it's Scylla. So the fastest way that I've seen to spawn the Slayer is to do right-click mage, kill all these, You get fire demons. Those are worth using a grapple shot on. There you go. So just while recording that little like 2-sentence thing, I'm already like more than halfway done. And once I kill this fire demon, very close already. Uncut probably can spawn this boss really, really fast. There you go. 62 out of 76. 65 out of 76. 68. 69. 70. All right, so that's how you quickly spawn a Blaze Slayer, and here's how you kill one. So I'm gonna drag this last fire demon down to the bottom of the castle here. Be careful not to die as well, because these guys do a decent amount of damage. So I'm gonna bring them down to this spot right here, and then I'm going to switch from my mage set to Warden Helmet, Mithril Coat, and Necron Armor. If you have a good set of Blaze, what is it called? Crimson Armor, then you can use that. Stand on this exact spot, and then you will get an extremely easy kill on the Inferno Demon Lord. I'm doing a tier 3 right now. Whenever you get low on health, you could do that. And of course, Ragnarok Axe. This is actually the next suggestion. You could start a channel, and if you do that, you can actually skip the second phase of the demons in the Blaze Slayer fight. So as you can see, I just basically one-tapped. That's, what was it? The skeleton? And the thing is, the Mithril Coat is nice because you don't have to worry about fire pillars. You don't have to use Wither Cloak Sword. As you can see, I've made it to the second demon phase already. Not getting damaged anymore. 3, 2, 1. I can kill this relatively easily. Oh, it didn't kill him for some reason. Interesting. But he was very close to death. Oh, there we go. That one I one-tapped for... I don't know how that happened. So there we go. Didn't mean to Wither Cloak Sword. Another fire pillar's on the way. Make sure... Oh, that's weird. I don't know what's happening. There we go. And there you go. That was a relatively easy Blaze Slayer. Now, I've never seen what just happened right there. It placed a block on top of me, but it was phased into me, so it didn't damage me. It was very weird. But anyways, yeah, so that's how you easily do a Blaze Slayer of any tier except 4. The Mithril Coat is probably not going to be enough against the tier 4. I've had guilds suggest swapping out the Necron's pants for maybe a Sorrow pants. I haven't tried that, but that's the most no-brain easy way to handle a Blaze Slayer. Can't guarantee it'll work on Blaze Slayer tier 4. You're probably just gonna have to sweat it with a Sorrow chestplate like everyone else. But that's how you do it my way, the 30virus way. Oh, here's a bonus suggestion. I didn't put it in the video for whatever reason, but Shark Scale armor is actually obsolete. So nowadays, it turns out Taurus Helmet, Flaming Chestplate, Mugma Leggings, and Slug Boots gives you the same sea creature chance, if not a bit more. As you can see, it's not even reforged, and I get 3% sea creature chance per piece. And it's way cheaper, and... yeah, I don't know. It's just freaking cool. But that wasn't even in my script. I just kind of had it. The next suggestion is for people that are struggling to get obfuscated fish when trophy fishing. So trophy fishing, again, is a system that was introduced with the Crimson Isles, and obfuscated fish actually count as 3 different types of fish. You get obfuscated 1, 2, and 3. And in order to fish up 2, you need to use 1 as bait. In order to fish up 3, you need to use 2 as bait. That means you're going to need a lot of obfuscated tier 1 fish. Now, that could take a long freaking time and a lot of grinding, just lava fishing the normal way. So it turns out there's a strategy for that. So I'm in the hub right now. If I teleport over to the barn, we are going to do a classic, and that is barn fishing. Now, there's a very special way to do it, again, using this armor that I just picked up, as well as an Ammonite pet. We want to max out our sea creature chance. Obviously, you're going to want to maximize sea creature chance as much as possible. Let me see. Maybe this is better because of the reforge. It's about the same. But anyways, so what you want to do for this strategy is grab yourself a Totem of Corruption as well as a Rod of the Sea. I'd suggest fishing at about this spot. You sit here and then you fish. I have a teeny little box on my screen that shows how long I've been fishing. But anyways, you want to sit here for about 5 minutes. And then, well, you just keep doing this. You keep right clicking. Fish bait obviously is the best for this. So your goal is to get the most sea creatures in the least amount of time. Well, in the 5 minutes. Exactly 5 minutes needs to pass. And when you fish up a sea creature that's not a squid, it will fly behind you. I'm getting a lot of squids. This game is making this annoying. There we go. Sea creature flew right behind me. So you want to fish for 5 minutes, and then you will be collecting a ton of mobs behind you. There we go. Now we're getting into it. So I'm going to return in 5 minutes once we've collected the max sea creatures. Might be better to use whale bait in this scenario, actually, for higher sea creature chance. Now, obviously, if you want to optimize this process, you can go for all of your talisman enrichments on sea creature chance. You can use the beacon to get sea creature chance. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. So that teeny little box there, it just notified me that it's been 5 minutes. I had a pretty rough first minute of the process of fishing, so I'm going to go a little bit longer, maybe another 10-20 seconds. But yeah, so as you can see, a bunch of sea creatures have been collecting down there, and my sea creature chance is just awful right now. Doing this during the marina helps. Anyways, let's call it a day. There we go. Let's take out the totem of corruption, place it down. Everybody gets corrupted. I got a hydra too. And there you have it. That is barn fishing in a nutshell. You should get a lot more sea creatures if you actually had 100% chance. But as you can see, I got obfuscated fish from killing the corrupted sea creatures and a corruption book. But yeah, I was doing this on stream and I got about double this per 5 minutes. My sea creature chance is pretty awful right now. Yeah, that's not great. Even with this 81%, it should be like close to 100. But anyways, yeah, that's how you get these really quickly, which should hopefully progress you in the Odgur quest. This suggestion's quite new. I only discovered this like 2 days ago, but there's a minion setup that exists right now that allows you to get 12.5 million coins a day if you have 31 minion slots, and that is slime minions with corrupt soil. Yeah, this is absolutely freaking ridiculous. My setup is Plasma Bucket, Enchanted Hopper, Corrupt Soil, and Flycatcher. As you can see, each minion has like 633,000 coins. That math comes out to about, I think it's 19 mil? I could be wrong. But anyways, yeah, this setup makes so much freaking money. I only set this up like not last night, but the night before. It's been just barely like, I don't know, 30 something hours, and I already have almost 20 million coins from this minion setup. I guess the life hack is just the corrupt soil and an enchanted hopper. You can do this with any minion. Me and Fezzy actually have this setup going with tarantula tier 12 minions on the lemon profile, which I predict would make even more coins. And I believe some people are finding some people are finding ways to AFK this for even more coins per day, but I haven't figured it out yet, so that might be worth looking into. I think I've said this one before, but that was like over a year and a half ago, so I'm going to reiterate real quick. If you have minions placed with the intention to get skill XP, you know, farming XP with melon minions, fishing minions for fish XP, whatever, you should wait until Derpy's elected in order to collect massive amounts. So things like, you know, melon minions is the best example of farming XP. You can have those going for months and months and months because the super compactor is just going to make enchanted melon blocks, and you could basically let them sit for like a year before they fill up, probably even longer. But anyways, yeah, just be patient. Don't collect your minions until Derpy's elected if your goal is to get skill XP. If you're just getting like stuff from the minions, it really depends when the next time he's going to be elected is, but you can find that on I believe there's calendars that exist out there. I believe Derpy is coming, not this cycle, but next cycle, I believe. I'm not here to get skill XP. I'm just here for money, but it's good to know. Speaking of skill XP as well, there's also another trick you can use, which I'm pretty sure we all know of. For example, if I had fish minions down, it would be in my best interest to hold a Rod of the Sea in my hand with expertise on it, because then I get slightly higher fishing XP rates, which is, you know, it's better than nothing. You could do the same thing with cultivating on a farming tool. You can do that with compact, with a pickaxe, toil on an axe for foraging XP if for whatever reason you have foraging minions down, which why? But yeah, that's something you could do, is hold that tool in your hand while picking up the drops from a minion. According to everybody I've asked, it does help. It does make a difference. Do it. It's worth it. And obviously have the pet out, like, you know, squid if you're going to be doing fishing, whatever. It makes sense to optimize. Oh, and, you know, cookie buff and XP boost potions and all of that good stuff. Here's another fairly obvious one. You should be optimizing your skills in every way possible. That means keeping up to date with your century cakes. I already consumed mine about a few hours ago. If you don't have century cakes on your island, you can actually visit PRTL or Portal Hub or Cake_Hub. See, this one has too many visits, so visit Cake_Hub, and there you go. So you can consume the cakes here. It doesn't have to be your island, and you'll get some minor, but, well, actually, the amount of stats you get from these is quite good. Oh, look at that. They have new ones. I didn't even know that. They have new ones for mining fortune, farming fortune, foraging fortune. I did not know that existed. Literally just found that out while recording. Make sure to visit freaking Cake Hub, bro. That's good. I will keep that in mind. I have to get those cakes for my island. Okay, this one's kind of hard to demonstrate without another person, but there's a, quote, new slime hat glitch. So I have a feeling I'm not going to get in trouble for talking about this because it's literally been around for ever since they patched the first slime hat glitch and caused the Pigicle dupe. So we're going to put it out there. So the new slime hat glitch is basically a way for people to get anti-KB. Basically, it's basically a way to get a free dwarf turtle shellmet effect. People in the end game like to do this so that they can free up that pet slot for something like antique remedies, or I think in Golden Dragon's case it would be, well, is it antique remedies? I think it's antique remedies. Otherwise, why am I blanking on the name? Minos relic for some other pets. But yeah, so if you want to have anti-KB, so apparently the way it works is you have to start out in the lobby that you want to do the bug in. You wear the slime hat, you swap lobbies, put on the helmet you want while taking off the slime hat, and then you have to have a friend that's still in the lobby you just came from to warp you back. Or you can get really lucky and reappear in the same lobby you were just in. I don't know. We're about to find out if this is the same lobby I was just in. I also have Golden Dragon, so I should probably switch to a pet that doesn't have. There we go. So that didn't work. Okay, you know, I give up. But that's how you do it, okay? So you have to have a friend warp you in. I don't have a friend to warp me in right now. But yeah, you got to get warped back to the lobby that you came from. And then the slime hat glitch will work, apparently. I don't know. Haven't tried. I can't demonstrate it. Speaking of the deep caverns, actually, there is a bug that exists right now that is kind of convenient if you're in, like, the earliest of early game. So let's say you want to get to Dwarven Mines, right? You got to talk to Reese. He requires 10 of 3 different types of enchanted ore. Now, obviously, if you're on an Iron Man or you're so early game that you can't use Bazaar, whatever, Lapis is the way to go. Enchanted Lapis, extremely easy to get 10 of that. Now, there exists right now a system where if you get 30 enchanted Lapis instead of 10 enchanted of 3 different ores, you can give Reese 10 enchanted Lapis, and then change lobbies, teleport back, and then give Reese another 10 enchanted Lapis, teleport, change lobbies again, and they give him the 3rd set of 10 enchanted Lapis. So all Lapis you can give him, and he will open up the Dwarven Mines for you. So there you go. I don't remember when this QOL change came out, but speaking of the Dwarven Mines, when you're here, you can actually toggle the different Heart of the Mountain perks with the right click. So there you go. That's kind of cool. But the reason why I'm talking about this is daily powder. I currently don't have daily powder active, but let's say you get to daily powder 100. If you don't play the game a lot, this is actually quite good. It gives you in level 1 400 powder from the first ore you mine every day. I believe it goes to like 8,000. I'm just pulling that number from the top of my head, so it could be inaccurate, but daily powder is not bad. But what you can do is disable the perk, wait until the 2x powder event is happening, which is actually active right now. Double powder is great. It doubles your powder, not just from mining ores, but also from redeeming quests and from daily powder. So make sure this thing's pretty much always disabled. And when you find yourself in a double powder lobby, then you can disable or re-enable the perk, mine an ore, get double powder on your daily powder, and then disable it again. Also, it probably goes without saying, but you should do fetcher during double powder as well. I talked about this in a previous suggestions video. I actually have a whole thing here, a whole backpack page for all of the different things that fetcher could request, including a compass. So there you go, plus 1000 mithril powder, but it actually gave me 2000 because double powder. And then of course there's the puzzler, which is way over here. You should wait until you find double powder lobby to do the puzzler quest. There you go. That also gave me 2000 mithril powder. And also, again, do your dailies during double powder if you can, especially if you've already gotten the maximum Heart of the Mountain XP from them. You get a ton of powder. Here's a quick one. This is definitely getting patched at some point, but at the moment the Odger's Tooth Talisman stacks. So as you can see, I have 2 different tiers of the talisman recommed. They both give magical power. Isn't that neat? It also apparently works for the speed line of talismans, and it works for both editions of Crab Hat. This one might be intended, but definitely not the speed talisman and Odger's. Here's a suggestion that applies mostly to stranded profiles, but it could be useful if you're trying to get bestiary with private island mobs. But you can /set spawn on your private island to your advantage. So let's say I wanted to get a ton of kills on mobs and I was sick of having to run back and forth. I could set spawn right here and then fight some mobs. It's like, oh no, he splashed you at weakness. Oh, I fell in the void. Ah! You respawn right back where you were fighting. You know, crypt ghouls, whatever. I don't know, let's say he just kills me. It's like, oh, I can't handle it. Oh, but you get the point. You can fight mobs, and if they kill you, like if I set spawn, he can kill me. And I'm right here. So that could make fighting a bit easier on the island. And again, if you're getting bestiary with the private island mobs, that's also a good way to do that. Oh, another bonus suggestion. If you want to get bats really quickly, just set a huge part of your island to swamp. That's a good one. Here's a neat little suggestion. During the Arachne fight, speaking of Arachnes right there, the meta at the moment, if you want to fight this boss, I'm just visiting here. I don't even have what I'm suggesting on me right now. But if you want to get the fight done and over with fairly quickly, then the best thing you could do is get a cow hat, which will get rid of any poison effects that you may have. The best way to damage it right now is with, I believe it's a phantom rod. So it's a fishing rod weapon that you can cast it at a boss and then left click and it will damage it even through the webs. Arachne's freaking annoying with the webs, so but yeah, the cow hat is going to help with the poison as well. So there you go. This is a cool suggestion for the Romero and Juliet quest. If you want to get a free talisman upgrade, you can actually at the last tier of the quest, you need to grab a suit and attend the wedding. Obviously, that is quite expensive if you're, well, you did just buy a flower minion, so it's probably not that expensive. But if you want to save a little bit of money, you can actually just go into the auction house and look up cheap tux, and you could buy the cheap tuxedo. Like the pants, 250k, the boots, the Oxfords, 250k, and then the chest plate for 850k. You could purchase all of this on the auction house, attend the wedding with the tuxedo on, and then immediately sell it again on the auction house. So essentially, it's a free upgrade. You're only borrowing the suit, you're renting it basically, but you sell it for around the same price you bought it for, maybe even more if you're a savvy flipper. But yeah, so that's a way to get the, I believe that's the legendary Ring of Love, the last upgrade, for free. So there you go. Okay, Bingo's not active right now, so I can't really demonstrate this one. But Bingo is a system that basically, it makes it so that you can start a new profile once per month, I guess. The first week of every real life month, you get the opportunity to play on a bingo profile. That said, if you want to get a whole bunch of bingo points without much effort, what you could do is start up the bingo profile, maybe play for 1 to 3 hours, get the easy ones done, and most importantly, do the community goals. There's a diagonal one that is basically a community goal. If you contribute at least something, even if it's one collection, if it's a collection, if it's a killing a crypt in a dungeon, just break one crypt. Literally just have anything but 0 for the community goals, and you will be awarded with whatever the community ends up getting. So if the community maxes out the goal for that bingo cycle, you get 5 bingo points for basically doing nothing. So I'd recommend, even if you don't like bingo, even if it doesn't make sense to you, even if it's like, why the hell do I bother, do it. The end game / late game version of you will thank you, because I can imagine you're playing this game for a year, so you get 12 different opportunities to play bingo. Each one, you do the easy things. You get maybe, I don't know, let's say every single time the community goals are crushed, you get 25. So 5 times 5, 25 bingo points. And then let's say you get, I don't know, 12 additional points by just doing the easiest bare minimum things. It's like a 1 to 3 hour commitment per month. And you'll end the year with like 500 bingo points probably, if you maybe not 500, like 300 bingo points, which is quite good. You'd be able to get the talisman, which is worth like at least 30 mil right now. So I don't know, I would say it's worth it. I would say it's very well worth it. And later on, if you want to get bingo artifact or whatever, then obviously that's going to help you with your goal. You don't have to complete bingo. Just put the bare minimum effort in, just so you get something every month. Oh, here's a cool one. If you want to buy enrichments for your talismans, there's a lot of them. If you sort by lowest bin, obviously you have the swappers. But as soon as we get to here, as you can see, the cheapest enrichment is defense. If you're not buying them with bits, you're gonna have to buy them from the auction house. Now, let's say you want to go all in with strength. Well, this one is 2.2 mil, whereas I'd be spending 200,000 more coins if I want strength there, 100,000 more coins if I want this strength. And if I wanted to get another strength, I'd have to go several pages over and pay 2.5 million. Obviously, that gets expensive fast, but what you could do is just buy, it doesn't matter what the enrichment is, just buy whichever ones are cheapest. Let's say you need to enrich 10 talismans. Buy the first 10 that you see. It could be intelligence, defense, critical damage, strength, whatever. And then once you've bought them and applied them to your talismans, just get an enrichment swapper. They're cheap and effective. And then you can swap them all to whichever thing you wanted. You'll save a ton of coins. Here's a somewhat niche suggestion, but it is a money-making method. It has been for a long time to carrot fish. Use carrot bait in the pond to potentially get a carrot king, but there is a new item introduced into the game by Jake. So if you go to, he's the golden ball guy, if you didn't know. If you bring him an animal, whatever, he'll open the shop here, and one of the items he sells is the I believe it's called the rabbit axe, and it has a chance to 2x or 3x. I believe the item description says 3x the drops of whatever you kill if it's a rabbit, including the carrot king. So let's say you get a lucky clover drop from a carrot king, you're using the rabbit axe, you have a chance to get 3 lucky clover cores, which could be worth 18 million coins right now. So that is quite a big payout. So yeah, if you're gonna do the carrot fishing thing, definitely have a rabbit axe to get the final shot on the boss. That would be fairly important, I would think. Also, you can profit off of rabbit hats, I believe. I don't remember why, but it's useful for something. Here's one that's fairly well known, but if you are going to do, for example, Enderman Slayer, and you need to use summons using, for example, if I could find it, a summoning ring. Enderman Slayer is great with summoning ring because you basically can destroy the hits phase, but sometimes it's quite expensive to spawn your summons. But if I were to enter the island, for example, Dragon's Nest, with my mage set, you'll see that I have 3,000 mana. I could spawn my summons no problem. And then what I could do is switch to this set, which only has 920 mana, which is not nearly enough to spawn the both of these, and I can use them. So basically, the suggestion is to swap out your armor before summoning your summons, and then swap back to whatever armor you're going to use for, I guess, melee, if that's what you're doing. But yeah, so don't worry about the mana requirement for your summons unless it's so high that even your best mana set can't handle spawning them. But yeah, this is by far the easiest way to get your summons for Enderman Slayer, or for other parts of the game, I guess. But this is the easiest place to do it, or the most useful place to use summons, I should say. All right, this one I don't have any footage for, so I'm just gonna have to describe it. The final suggestion of the video, 56 minutes of recording later. If you have the Mana Vampire enchantment on your armor, you can spawn high-level level summon mobs like these, or I hear if you were to spawn Simon, the Hypixel soul, then you will instantly heal, because Mana Vampire includes mana used by yourself, not just other people nearby. And at the moment, as of recording this, there is a bug that if you attempt to spawn a summon that's too expensive and it won't spawn it, you still heal without using the mana. That's 100% gonna get patched, but yeah, at least at the moment, that's kind of a huge exploit. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, so that was it for 27 life hacks for Hypixel SkyBlock. Man, that was a long freaking recording session. It's gonna get cut down a lot though, because I did a lot of dumb, and a lot's gonna have to get cut out. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Use code 30virus if you're gonna get any gems or whatever. That'd be cool. But anyways, for now, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.